Good afternoon. It is April 29th, 2024. And today we had a range day that sold off to a measured move and then came back to market open. I just want to talk about a few other charts. We got the daily chart. So obviously we had this first sell off since like November. And he- here is today. And so the bulls are fighting to keep it a bull bar that closes above the EMA. And we got 12 minutes until 2 p.m. Pacific time, so that's when that bar will close. Here's the weekly chart. So last week we got a close above the EMA, which is a good sign for bulls. And I think this is probably not as important as the monthly chart. Tomorrow is the last day of the month, and we have this so far this bearish bar that broke out. We broke out last month or 2 months ago, and now we're testing support. And you know, I think this is very important to keep an eye on. The bulls probably want a close above last month's low, which is 51.27. And right now, what are we trading at? Oh wait, you know what? That's probably okay. So yeah, no, that's let's see what the open is. The open last month's open was 51.65. So that's probably what the bulls want this bar to close above. Um, so that's what we'll be thinking about tomorrow, because tomorrow's the last day of the trading month. So hold on, January, February, March, April. Yeah, only 30 days in April. So anyway, in the overnight we had this range, but I think that prices were really just reacting to this sell-off, and that was the range that we were moving in and that prices were operating based off of, because that's where we bounced, was the measured move of this sell-off. So that's how I'm going to look at it. And I don't see any trades in here. In the overnight we had a small range of 12 points, and so you know that it's in breakout mode because the daily average I'm looking at is 65 points. So you know this thing's going to probably get moving. And so we have this two-legged move up, and the whole way up, you had some sideways stuff here, and then you have some sideways stuff here with a big bear bar here, and then you have an II right there. And what often happens, you actually had two IIs. So you have an II here, and you have an II right here. And sometimes Albrook says that these can often lead to final flags. And now I'm looking and I see you got one right here too. And that's not, you got to take that with a grain of salt. It's not like it's 100%, but it's something to consider, especially when it's not like it's a strong bull breakout. It's just a breakout. And so when you get this micro double top here and then a matching high with a bearish bar, I marked this green, but this is a really good trade because your risk reward ratio is low risk, so it's not high probability, I would say, but the reward is so great that I think the trader's equation is just phenomenal. If you enter at 51.50, you could get a 12-point move. I think that's pretty reasonable. I'd probably take it above, take profits when we get these two dojis, so I'd probably have gotten like 6 points. That's a good move. And if you don't take that, technically this is a failed second entry long, big bearish signal bar. I like that. Comes down, forms this support, we bounce, trap a bunch of bulls, or actually everyone really gets trapped. You get people taking a second entry short too early, you get bulls taking a failure, and then it comes down, and you make this like micro double bottom right here. And I like this as a higher low, very bullish near the lows, so you might want to consider it. But when you get this failed second entry short right here, uh, you see some bullish momentum right here. It's looking pretty clearly like a range day. I think you got to take this one. Only problem is if you're playing this, you're right at the midline. So that'd be a bit of a tough call. Now this one, I don't like this one. This is just in the middle of kind of no man's land, but it kind of looks like a second entry long. You can see we get one leg up, and probably, yeah, it's probably like this. Break, move to a new high, and you get a first entry, second entry short near the highs. You can see clear resistance right there. Plenty of room back to the EMA, the opening price. I think that's a good move. And then we get a second entry short, but it's kind of just, I wouldn't feel comfortable knowing what prices are doing there just because it's in the middle of the range. And then we get this broad bear channel. And I don't think you want to take anything in here. I don't really like anything in here. Maybe people like this lower high. And then we bottom out at this low. And this sideways stuff made me feel pretty confident that we were going to bounce, because you get one leg down and then this broad bear channel and then a sell climax right here. And some bullish momentum right here. Higher low, that's a second entry long. It also looks like a failed second entry short. And the volume was super low most of the day today, and this was like this. It felt like it was really chugging along real slow here. So this whole move took 39 minutes. And now we're just in the middle of the range, so I don't really think you want to take anything. But you can see we get one leg up, sideways, two legs of correction, another leg up, and it's just slowing down. So I think you can take this first failed second entry long, near the highs of the range, get a nice leg down, and then just go sideways, and then the floor falls out. I wasn't watching this in real time, but look how big that bear bar is. And it looks like a bear trap here because the breakout fails, and you get a failed second entry short very far from the EMA, consecutive higher lows, plenty of room back to the EMA for a scalp. I like this one. Then you get a second entry short and first entry, failed second entry long. So I'd be looking for longs, but when you get this two strong bear bars here, two strong bear bars here, it's reasonable to think that we are going to make this measured move, or at least test the close from Friday. And it goes down very quickly to the measured move. You get this small bull bar. Maybe you consider this one. I like this one much better. You can see that it's going sideways. And if you are looking at other charts, higher time frame charts, look at how nice of a setup that is right off the measured move. Pretty nice bull bar. Let's see how it looks here. Yeah, and this one right here, this is second entry. It's a second entry long on this chart. So something to think about. And that forms a spike and channel up, and you get a second entry long, but it's just a bunch of dojis, so I'm not crazy about it. And that makes a double bottom. You get a first entry failed, second entry short. These are all off the trend line, so maybe you consider that one. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the day. So we got 3 minutes until the market closes and this bar closes. So probably going to end up a bullish doji above the EMA, and we'll have to wait for tomorrow to see how the month closes out. So, hope everyone had a good day, and I will be back tomorrow.